Hello, everyone. Yes, welcome into Loretta McNary Live. And guess what? I'm Loretta McNary, and my fabulous sister friend. You all know her as the award-winning, uncomparable actress, artist, and businesswoman, and woman of God. She's a wife. She's a mother. She has so much going on, and how she does it all and look fabulous all the time. She's going to share that with us. So everybody stay tuned for more. Welcome, Tamela Mann, to Loretta McNary Live. Hi there.
Hello, thank you. Thanks for having me again.
Yes. I don't know how you remember all the interviews. You do so many. I've watched some of them on YouTube.
Well,
And
some
you,
of some of them are better than others, so you remember the better ones.
yes, you make us all feel like we are your favorite. I want to tell you that. I know I
Oh
feel
well,
like it.
I just it's nice to be nice, and that's the way I want to be treated. So I just try to show the same light grace, same light kindness.
Oh, you are doing well. You have so much going on. I promise you, I don't know where to start, but because we are moving into Christmas, like next Saturday,
Right.
and you have a Christmas movie that I thoroughly enjoyed. And not because you're on talking to me, I would tell you, look, Tamla, no, I wouldn't. But I really enjoyed the movie. That little girl is magical.
What Brooke is amazing, y'all, but you saw her on the movie, but what you saw is what you get. And her mother did a wonderful job, and father did a wonderful job with raising her. She's very respectful, and she still acts like a kid and not like a grown adult.
Uh,
And that's what I really appreciated by with her mom, even with her, is she,
yes.
she made her still stay in the kids' lane, but
Yeah,
she knew her stuff.
she
And
did.
I look forward to seeing her in many, many more things. She was amazing. The
She
whole
really, I
cast
cannot
was
tell
amazing.
she was not your daughter for real. It just seemed like it was a real movie. I
It
mean, like a real life on that movie, that
it
it was happening
it
as you
felt
saw it.
real. It did, and I told them they did a great job in mixing her, like even with her complexion in between the two of us. So it was really, really nice. It was really good. They did a good job.
So I'm curious, and I know there's a Christmas single coming out, and then you have some another new. You are just like birthing so many projects at one time, like quintuplets or whatever that thing for like 8 babies at a time. You are just birthing these things. So we'll talk about that. I kind of want to sit here for a minute and talk. How did the movie come about? You doing your movie yourself? This was not somebody else doing the movie. You all were doing this movie. David, your husband, is in the movie. Has a hilarious
he exa-
part.
he
Tell us
executive
about that.
produced. He executive produced and pulled me into it. But how that came about originally, I was not part of the cast. But when COVID hit, and they were talking about like the scenes of being close up and personal and having to kiss, and Reuben Cannon talked to David, and he was like, do you think Tamela will want to be in it? David answered for me. I didn't even get to say yes. He said yes for me, and that's how I came a part of the movie. But it really, it was a different role for me. And Terri Vaughn was our director, and they really was pulling on me for a minute there. A couple days, I kind of got a little rattled because I had to be so serious when I'm so used to, giggling and things like that. But it was in a whole nother place for me to come from for his acting, and but it was really, really good. And I'm so glad. And I told her I really appreciate her stretching me, her and Mr. Reuben Cannon, and pulling this role off.
Yeah.
To It's like it's kind of hard to have to be kind of mean, straight faced it, with David when I'm, he's always cracking me up. And I couldn't really get him like, like a mad black woman would want to, rolling my neck and really get him. Like I really wanted to. She was like, no, we don't want,
Yeah.
we want it to
You
be
are
so.
so classy. You stay classy and sophisticated. I won't say a lot about it because I want everybody to go and watch that
Yes,
movie.
Soul Santa on BT Plus. Y'all, please
Yes.
go watch it. But it's really a wonderful Christmas movie from us, by us, and it was just well. It was put together really well, And I've never been in so much snow in my life. I've never seen so much snow come down at one time. We actually filmed it in Connecticut, and I've never been there before that, and that I can remember. And but it was really amazing. It was good. It was good, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to be a part of it. And even the Christmas song, what Christmas really means, and to be able to just sing about. And I love Christmas, even though I know that it's about the birth of our Savior Jesus and giving his life. And I, even with my kids, I've always told them it's Jesus's birthday, so we give honor to where honor is due in that area. So it's not like you're gonna get cherished with a bunch of gifts, because it's not your day. When your birthday comes, that's when we pour out the just let loose on for your birthday.
Yeah.
But I was so happy to be able to sing about love and talk about forgiveness, and what it really means. It's like about family and coming together as family.
Oh wow, that song, what Christmas really means, and the melody and how it flows is just a beautiful. I see it becoming one of my favorite classic Christmas music songs, because it's just a beautiful melody. The words are really sweet, and it's so true. What Christmas really is, family. At the end of the day, is family.
Yeah.
So because Christ is part of our family, we're part of his. So what better way than to pay homage around this time of year than a Christmas song? And I'm not going to play it. I didn't want to try to play. Because I want to spend this time talking. They can go to your Tamela Mann YouTube. They can go everywhere.
You can download it anywhere where music is downloaded. You can download the single, because it's just a single. What Christmas really means.
Yeah.
But I really would appreciate for everybody to stream it, download it, tell somebody about it. Because I think it can be one of those songs that you can play year after year, and not get tired of it. But it just really shares what Christmas really means, and being with your family.
When I say that movie, that song, the acting, the way everything just panned out for us was amazing.
Well, thank you. It was. Thank you so much. I'll leave it right there.
You just leave it right there. Okay. So speaking of, Soul Santa, I'm gonna put it in our notes. Y'all put it in our notes so we can tell everybody. Soul Santa, BET Plus, and if you have Amazon Prime, which I know all of us do, because we want that discount on shipping. BET Plus is part of that Amazon Prime family. So if you have Amazon for Prime, you already have BET Plus, and I know that for sure because that's how I find it.
Right.
And watch that movie. Watch that Soul Santa. It's gonna make you warm and fuzzy. She's tough. She is tough with David in this movie.
It was my character. I was upset, that he didn't do some things right, and what he done kind of hurt the whole family. And, he was keeping himself in mind, but not really keeping the family unit in mind. So that's another premise, a part of the story to Soul Santa. But I just think it was really cute, though.
It is so cute. It'll teach too. There are some really good nuggets in there, not necessarily what to do or what he did or what not to do. You can really learn from that. And then the guy that was coming for you, I don't know how your hubby David feels about that part.
He was laughing at me. It was like I was cringing on the inside. Like I got to look in his eyes. I was like, oh God. And, we've been married for 33 years, and I haven't been gazing in nobody's eyes but his. And I'm like, that felt so weird. I was like, oh my God, help me.
And it didn't help that the guy, David is handsome too, but they made sure that they made it easy for you to do while you were acting. So, but
it was good, but it was crazy.
I know everybody want to know what we're talking about, and the only reason you're gonna know, a way to know, is to watch Soul Santa. I will keep saying that. Please watch Soul Santa.
Yes.
If you want more movies like this is how you make them happen. You support the movies that are already out there.
Amen.
I see Latanya King out there. She called me. She's like, Loretta, I know you're talking to Tamela Mann, and I don't know if I told you last time, she's like the Betty Crocker but she looks like us, and she is King Preferred Cakes. I told somebody about it. This girl is crazy. We're gonna actually bake cakes. She's gonna be in her kitchen. I'm gonna be in mine, and try to hopefully prayerfully my cake comes out like it is on her box. So Latanya, thank you for that.
Well, hopefully it will. If you follow all the steps, it will.
Okay, Tamela, you're gonna have to help me with that cooking and baking thing. So, so the last time you were here, we talked about your new album.
Overcomer.
And like I said, you are kicking singles out like you birthing them. And I know it probably feels that way. Can we talk about the new one on that Overcomer album that's coming out or just dropped?
The new single. It's from the album Overcomer. And this song is entitled He Did It For Me. He Did It For Me came from a personal place of mine. I co-wrote on this song. The second verse I got, and I'm talking about the gifts and talents that God gave me that weren't easy, but I took the charge. I took the call that God had called me to do, which is in the music, in the music ministry. And I'm just talking about how God has done it for me. It got back to me of how things have been coming my way, like movies, television, different things. Why am I, for as the music, the songs getting, taken off and people liking the songs or what have you. But it's no goodness of my own, Loretta. And for those who are listening, because God gave it to me. God gave me this gift, and I just wanted to give back and sharing the gift that God has given me in everything that I have and everything that I've experienced and went through. It's all because of Him. God has did this for me. God has no respect of person. If He did it for me, He'll do it for you. And when I got that word back, Loretta, I think I told you last time, I really just talking about it. It makes my eyes kind of burn, like I get teared, my eyes water up because, I didn't do it. I haven't done anything on my own. It's all, I believe I am where I am because of Him. And I take no credit, no glory. It all goes back to God. God has favored me, and He's shown me and my family, my husband, favor. But we've tried our best to heed to the call that God has called us to do and be obedient and be good stewards over the things that He's blessed us with. But God has did it for me, and He'll do it for you. Put yourself in a personal space of things that were kind of crazy and doors that you thought was going to be shut in your face that the Lord allowed to open. He did it. He did it for you. And we should give that glory and that praise back to God.
I love that, but I also want to share, you know how I am. I gotta share, can't just say the ups and the ups without the downs, because people seem to think you have some kind of special power, Tamela, or anybody in your position, even me, and I'm not anywhere near that right now, but they think because you have that you never struggled, that you even having that. I try to tell people, you can be up on high with all these things, got all these doors opening, and then at night cry yourself to sleep because there's something else that's going on.
That's right.
So don't think that she's smiling and happy and praising because everything is perfect. Because no.
We have issues too. We have issues and things we have to go through. We have trials. Look, I'm battling with, this weight thing, but I am determined. I'm like, with God's help, that I will overcome. And it's like it's a struggle. And, even with just taking out the time to give God time daily with daily devotion, y'all, some days it don't happen. I'm just being honest, that I have to show and sit myself down and was like, you got to give God some time. And just even with just waking up and saying thank you, giving God thanks for a new day. But I just want to be an example for other people. And like you just said, to let people know, we don't have a perfect life. Like you just said, we don't. And, we have things that we have to, when we would do good, evil is present.
Ooh.
So, and it happens the same for us. Well, we have to not yield to the temptation. Yeah. We all are going to be tested and tried. And the scripture says, if we love Him, we will suffer some persecution because of us loving Jesus. So we just have to make that decision that I'm not going to do any compromising when it comes to my God, my Savior. And I'm going to always say it was God did it and not me. He did it.
Yes, he did it. And we're gonna talk some more about that album because girl, your whole team with the clothes, the wardrobe, the hair, the makeup. I got to talk about that too, but I just feel like I need to sit here a minute with talking about struggle. And I think the thing that helps me, Tamela, when I'm going through and this, God is just really doing something super amazing in my life. Like when he gave me my own global streaming platform, MMN, no shameless plug, y'all. I'm for real about plugging this thing, MMN Network. I was going through. My heart had been broken like months before. I felt like I lost some stuff. I was betrayed, but God was still blessing. And so I think the whole thing for me is whatever you water grows, right? Whatever you concentrate on is magnified. So I choose, especially when I'm in a public, you'll never know what I'm going through. You will think that I got the magic portion of everything being abundant and good in my life, because I just feel like when I struggle, that's between me and God. Now, I will share it with people inside my circle, but because everybody is hurting, I don't want to just join that bandwagon. I choose to stay in the posture of what God is doing, because even the bad stuff he promised worked for our good.
Yes,
right?
yes, exactly. That's right. And he will turn things around. But then too, we just have to remember to give him that, like you say, that credit and that glory that this too will pass, because there are going to be days that is really, really rough. But I have learned that, like you said, even though I may be going through, I'm still victorious. I'm still walking in victory. I still have joy, even though it may be rough and, inside of me may be tugging like, girl, sit down somewhere. But I'm like, the joy of the Lord is my strength.
Amen.
And I'm more than a conqueror through Christ Jesus. So it's like, I have to speak these things to myself. It be not as though they are, because I believe that they will come to pass.
Amen.
And I'm believe, even when it comes to this album, I'm just like no, like she said, no complaining about anything, because I just believe that God will and God can. And I just want to share with people, even though it may be some sad days, but every day is not sad. I have some joyous days. I have happy days.
Yeah. And so, oh my goodness. Romans 4:17. Aldrich Johnson, he is okay. So I'm loving these people. He actually wrote my theme song. He and his wife and another vocalist performed it. It's called Hanging with Loretta. And I was just thinking about that song. I have a real full-fledged theme song, and he wrote it, and he just took some words that I had said and made it into a song, something I don't have the bandwidth to do, and to hear my words in song.
So you thought that your words didn't make sense. That's the same way what happened with he did it for me. I didn't think that my words could make sense, but God put somebody in your way, in your direction to help get done. But they're saying what you said.
Yeah.
So you're a part of that. You're a part of that. So it's like, so you co-wrote. Believe it or not, you co-wrote.
I co-wrote something.
What he put
hey,
together.
Aldrin Johnson, congratulations on this. And he's also a school teacher too. He's changing lives, not only musically, but educationally too. Him and his wife are phenomenal. And I'm telling everybody, keep Loretta, when are you bringing her to Memphis? Y'all, it's gonna happen. I'm talking to her people, my people talking to her people, but I want her to come and minister. I want her to come and like counsel us on how to have, I know I don't know, I won't even speak there, but most people
we'll just come and just
be.
I just exalt.
Yeah.
I don't say that I'm for us in the ministry, for speaking. Me and David do things, with our marriage ministry, but I just believe that we all can be encouragers to one another.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel my calling is not to be ashamed. Again, I'm talking about this overcoming thing of even talking. That I don't have to be ashamed that I don't have a Ivy League, I don't, education, and I'm not the smartest, but I feel like I'm not the dullest and the dumbest in there either. So, but I just use those gifts and talents that God has given me. And that's why I want other people to know that some of us may have degrees, some of us may not. But that's still God gave us a gift, that we still have a call and a purpose that can be used.
Absolutely. And I don't like it when people compare. Where I wish
They
that word would just go away, because two things happen. Either you're going to get the big head, or you're going to make somebody else feel really bad. There's no winning when you compare. So
yeah,
everybody
that's so
has a
true.
light to shine. Everybody is gifted in some kind of way. Everybody can reach the ultimate apex of whatever that is for you. And the beauty of God, he lets us decide how far we want to go. But if
That's
you
right.
just sat on your songs and your ministry and your talent and thinking it's not good enough, we wouldn't even have this conversation. And
That's right.
God is, if you just sitting on the curb, nothing's gonna happen. But you just sitting on the curb.
That's right. That's so true. That's
You
so true.
had to
But
take
you
some
know, but
risk.
that's what the enemy wants to do, is to beat us up and make us doubt that God has given us, and your gift or your talent that you have is not the same weight or ability as someone else's. But that's not true. You know, you just talking everyday layman's term can help somebody.
Yep.
We all can be a help to one another. We're called to help one another.
We are. And then we say, well, why won't God? And God says, well, I made you. I love that
Hmm.
song that says that. He said, I did. I made you.
Yeah,
So if there's something that you see that you wish would change, whether it's in your life or in this world or your city or your family, then by George, why don't you do something to help? Because
that's right.
either you a part of the problem or you're a part of the solution. Those
Solution.
are the only two options. And
That's
you
right.
get to decide.
And we can be. You can be. He can use you just like he's used me and use you, Loretta.
And he does. And people used to say this, Tam. I don't know who people could compare you to or say you're the next, but mine was Oprah. I get that day one. Loretta, you're gonna be the next Oprah. You're gonna be little Oprah. You're gonna Oprah. I said, well, you know what? That's a high compliment. I get it. As long as you're not talking about the color purple. That when they said you look like Oprah. Well, as long as you're not talking about Oprah in color purple, I'm good, right? But that wasn't fair to me or to God, because he only created one Oprah and one Loretta. I
Right.
will not be the next Oprah, but I can be the best Loretta McNary as a talk show host
Yes, you
and a
can.
global media person with my interviews and what I do. See, my
Hmm.
best friend talking about baby Oprah. I told you guys, don't say it. I'm gonna tell you,
But
Tony
you can,
Johnson.
but the Lord can
I
bless
keep
you
him
to
around.
just be just as big.
Yeah,
But your
and I
name is
will.
Loretta.
The way God has for my route, it won't be like her route, because he never duplicates anything. But I got to say, Tony, I keep him around. We've been friends forever. He's an amazing caterer. So he's going to cater you and Davis and whoever y'all bring. He's going to cater the food for you, and you're going to want to stay just because of that. But he's too
Okay.
sassy sometimes. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Okay.
Oh, he said it's the eyes. Okay, whatever, Tony. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Okay, Tamla. So when you want to sing a song, like let's take He Did It For Me, if you got some pushback from that, would you have tell us, how do people just agree with everything, or you do something when people say you shouldn't do that, because you have
No,
your
well,
own mind, right?
well, you know what I've learned, and probably because of the platform that you have, and it's really close what we do because we're in the public. People are not going to always agree. Like sometimes, even with certain videos I've done, and even with the Help Me video, I was like, I thought that was a very good video. And for me to get some thumbs down, I told David, I was like, why would you not like somebody talking about help, and that you can get help and you can receive help? But you're going to have some negative people in this world. So I just pick and choose the ones that we can encourage and help. That's who we help, because the ones that we can't, I mean, if you're refusing it, it's no way I can make you take it. So we
Yeah.
just do what we can do, and we work what we can work with, and then we ask God to do. He told us to just plant the seed. We ain't got to worry about watering it.
Mm-mm.
You ain't got to go back, trying to go back and try to cultivate the dirt again. He just asked you to do one thing: plant a seed. That's our job. I just want to plant as many seeds, stir as many people as I can to him, to the kingdom of God, and that they can overcome in this world and be successful. And it's not just about things, but I just want us to be kingdom minded,
Yes.
of helping other people and not just ourselves. Because me myself, I'm a servant to heart.
Yeah.
I mean, if I did come and he was serving food, I would probably be trying to help him plate the food. It's just that's just who Tamela is. That's who I am as a person, that I can serve and not just sit and waiting for somebody to serve me, because that's just who I am. I'm a servant to my heart, and I love it. I mean, I love to cook and see people just eat, me make them a plate and just all of these things, but but we just try to win some. I
Yeah.
just, I want to do all I can to win as many as I can for the kingdom.
And so I wanted you to kind of talk about, people think just when they say God did this or he gave me this, that it should be easy, and then if it gets rough along the way, they say, oh, it wasn't God, it was just a good thing, it wasn't a God thing. For some reason, they think it's going to be a walk in the park. Just like, all they got to do is think of David. He was like 14 when he was told he was going to be king, right? He still had to be a shepherd boy, knowing that he had this kingdom mentality, mantle on him, just like Joseph and everybody in the Bible.
He went through hell and hot water.
Yes.
Before he got to the palace.
Yeah.
So the thing is we have to remember that those that live godly, we're going to suffer some persecution. That's scripture. So there are things that God is going to allow us to be tried, just like Job. He was God's favorite. But the enemy the devil had to go to God and ask him before he could even tempt him. So God has to give permission for us to even, for something to come our way. God gives, permission for us to be tested. So it's okay. But if we're walking in his divine will, God is not going to allow anything no more than what we can handle. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be with us every step of the way. But he allows things to happen to us to see if we're going to trust and believe that he's going to be God and he's going to step in there when he needs to step in. He's not going to just leave us out there hanging. Yeah. If your will is pleasing him, he said he was going to give you the desire of your heart. And sometimes it take a little bit, you may have a little winding road for a minute for him to see if he can trust you with what you're asking for.
Yeah.
So you did. Okay.
That is good. That's good stuff. So I want to ask you this because I was telling, I don't know who I was telling, but somebody earlier, I said, I haven't been married, but I want to become married. But I also know that God has changed me a lot, so I could probably be a really, really great wife to the man that I'm called for. Mm-hmm. So how do you not quit? And I don't know, because I get to make all my decisions right now, whether I'm going to do the show, if I want to do a show, if I want to go here. How do you balance that with what you want to do? And then you have a spouse that he's supposed to lead you. I'm asking this for a friend. Oh, this your friend.
Girl, what happens for us, me and David, because we are best friends. So when things happen in our house and he has an idea or something that he wants to do, we run it by each other. We just don't just react, just like if we decided to bless somebody financially, if one of my family members came and said, I'm in a bad place and can you help me? I'll go to him and say, I'll ask if it's okay, if our finances are in a place that if it's okay for me to give whatever that is. But we always collaborate and talk about whatever things are. There are some things that he's decided to do years past, that a business that he wanted to start, and it wound up not doing well. But I was never the kind, have never been the kind of person to beat somebody when they're down. For instance, if it didn't happen the way that he wanted it, I'll just say, just keep trying, keep going. I say, it's all right, it's going to be okay. And not say, you spent such amount of dollars and we behind because of such and such. I don't like that. And the reason why I don't do that, because I don't want nobody to do it to me.
Yeah.
So I would say, whatever it is, if you are deciding to do something, is to talk to your spouse about it. But when you said that you're waiting on God to send your husband, me and David always encourage people to write down what you want in your husband. All the ins and outs, write you out a list. And before that person comes, you become that list that for instance, you want them to have good credit. You make sure your credit is good. You want their attitude to be right, and you want them to be making a certain amount of dollars. You work on getting to making those same amount of dollars, or whatever that you're looking for in a person. You try to become that. And then what happens is when the Lord sent him, it's like you're prepared to just step into that lane because you've already been working on, like you said, getting your heart and your mind right. That because it is different. Because what if he did say no to something that you wanted to do? There has been times that I said no to what he was saying, like, no, that's not a good idea. But we didn't get mad at each other. But sometimes it's a good reason why, you may have felt the way to say no, and in the end he'll see like, oh yeah, that would have been bad if you made a decision. So it's a give and take. It's a give and take. And
That's it.
one thing we try to do, I'm trying to make my answer short. One thing we try to do is outdo each other, doing for each other. That word, nothing goes lacking or wanting, because he's getting what he wants and need, and I'm getting what I want and need, because we're both trying to do it for each other. And it just makes both of us happy because, and we do a little survey on each other. Come time our anniversary, what am I lacking? Is it something that I need to do better at it, or do better to please you? I mean, whatever it is, we do those things, and we talk about it, even with our vows.
Oh, you are helping tonight. And like I said, I'm so glad that prior to now, I knew I thought I wanted it, but I wasn't ready. And I can see how God has really been molding me and shaping me. And I even write letters to him, my future husband, and I pray for him and all that good stuff now. So I know he's out there, and I know when I'm ready as a good wife, and not, because I don't like it when wives say they're spoiled and their husband is not. I don't even like it when people say that, because to me, what they're saying is he does everything for me, but I don't do anything for him.
Right. And that's not the way
that's unfair.
No, it's not.
I'm not impressed when people say that to me.
Right. Because I do. I want, I realized that in last year in this pandemic, because we always say we're outdoing each other. And I was like, no, ain't no way you can outdo me. But I was doing an interview and I started thinking, and I was like, man, this dude is outdoing me. So I got to do better. I got to just pick up my cross, baby. And I got to just start really running, because I got to come up some to meet where he is, because David really does. But he notices everything. Where I say, because he nosy. I'm not nosy like that. I really have to really pay attention, and I've really worked on, especially this year, and really paying attention of what his needs are, and asking him. I always ask if you're okay, and he say I'm good. But I learned this year by him saying I'm good when he wasn't really good, and I didn't see beyond him saying he was good. And it really bothered me, Loretta. It bothered me, y'all. And I'm like, babe, I said, I apologized. I apologized to him. Ooh, my nose burned out. Mama's about to cry. I apologized to him for not seeing what I know. Like when I started going through menopause, y'all, he knew. He was like, something ain't right. He just picked it. I mean, out that, because I was, menopause can really take you almost into a little depression. And he saw it, and he was like, he started looking into my eyes. He said, I can see that your eyes look sad. And I was like, really? And I never even paid attention to it myself. And he made me notice it about me. And I just want to be that wife, like you're saying, that it's not I'm being catered to, but I want to be able to say that I cater to him like he caters to me.
That is like mirroring what this professor of Bible and theology, I worked at this Christian college, and he was doing marriage retreat, and he gave me the best advice ever. And I once he told me, I remember that's what my dad did. He says, in a marriage, the way you become successful and get past bumps and hiccups is like you were saying, if I serve him and then he serves me, we both get served, we both get what we need. And he was not talking about financially. He meant like taking notice. Is he okay? Are his clothes washed? Whatever you don't think he's doing, you can do it. And the worst thing you can do to a grown man is say, I thought you were going to take the trash out. I have seen people say fuss over who took the trash out, who left the seat up. I'm like, are we adults? And first of all, I think it's disrespectful because he's not your son. But I don't say this to married women because I'm not married. But I think these kind of things. So I love what you said. As long as you are serving him and he serves you, then there's no void. Nobody else can walk into that situation because you're fully full. You're
Right.
fully full because David is serving you and he's full. Nobody else can, there's no void, so nobody else can come into that. But that
Right.
that takes conversations. How do you have those hard conversations? Because usually people do the silent treatment.
I'm having to learn because David has always been the communicator, the over communicator, where me, I honestly have been a person of little words. I just never really been a big talker. I've become, this is a part of this overcoming thing, y'all, that I'm noticing and seeing in me that I can crank up conversations, and I'm learning to be more talkative now after 30 years than I ever have, guys. And, we have a lot of fun in our house and we enjoy each other. But when it came to like sticky conversations, I would always wait. He would be have to want to initiate it. But I'm learning that I can initiate. And even though, like, again, my words may not, I always told him, I said, well, I don't talk like you. And so I'm learning to use my words, and whatever those words they may not be big words, but use my words to say what I'm thinking. And it took me some time to get there. And I'm still, but I can tell you over this year, I have became more talkative than I ever have been. But
What changed?
that's how much what changed.
Yeah.
I really want to please my husband. I want
Oh,
my husband to be happy. And that makes him happy because he's a talker. Me, not so much. I'm a toucher. Like, I like affection. Like, he, at first he didn't like to hold hands, but now he holds hands. So it's like things that we've learned to become. We're learning to become for each other. And even with just working through things, and we took divorce was not an option. We took divorce was off the table for us. We said that early in our marriage, and we say we're going to work through whatever it is. Yes, there's been times that I want to quit and walk away, and because I was just mad, but I realized there's nobody else I want to be with than to be with David. I mean, I really love him, and I know that I like him. I mean, that's how we started. Is I liked him as a person.
yeah.
We started out as friends, and I really enjoy this dude. I mean, it's like we don't have to be doing nothing. Like, we can just take a ride, and sometimes we just get in the car and just ride around the city, just doing nothing. But I like that. He likes that. And it's just little things that we've learning. I told him about 2 weeks ago, Loretta, and I'm a hush.
No,
2
keep
weeks
talking.
ago, we something was happening in the house, but he went one way to get a part to work on something, and I went out in the garage to get something. So I was coming back in the garage to come into our family room, and he was coming up the hall, and he came in there, and I was just teared up, and I just grabbed him and said, I'm just so thankful for you. I'm so happy for you that we work together. I mean, I said, I don't care what it is, if it's just working on something that we're like, we just tune in of like, not to the degree of, oh, you gonna go fix that. No, even though I may not, we both may not know how to fix whatever it is, but we was just we wanted to do it together, and we were doing it together, and it was like, I said, I'm so grateful for you, I'm so thankful for you. And he said, that is so true to him. And it's just, I don't know, it's just little stuff, it's
Now
just
that right there is hit my soul that
making
he
me
said,
all
because
tear
I
up
want to
and
do it
stuff.
for him because I love him. And one of the compliments, because I'm the proud, happy, blessed mom of 5 amazing sons, right? And I've had 2 gentlemen that was interested in me, but I couldn't love like they wanted me to. And one said, all I can say is that when you do meet the man, and you love him as well as you love those sons, he is going to be a well-loved man. And as you were saying it, I'm like, you know what? That's what's been missing. I have not loved anybody like that. Now, you like, but when you said you want to do it because you love him,
Mm-hmm.
now I see that's how I love my sons, because I love them. I do everything I can for them. I'll stop a bullet, a train, a plane, and pull it out the sky for them,
Yeah.
And I want somebody to do it for me, but now I want to be able to love a man of God like that I just want to do it because I love him. I want to do what he asked me to do because I love him, and he's asking me because he loves me.
Right.
That's deep and profound, honey. Oh, that blessed my soul. And I know it's not going to be like a honeymoon every day of our lives, but when you love somebody, you don't care about those ups. I mean, those downs. I'm going to still love him at the end of that down, and he's going to still love me. And wow, that's the kind of love God talks about with Jesus in the church.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're doing it right.
Yeah. You love your wife like Christ loved the church. That's right.
Yep. And wives, support and acknowledge and affirm your husband. Yeah.
It's the same kind of love. We got to love him like we love Christ.
I have to apologize to you. And I'm really, really sorry about this, but we had 30 minutes and we're already in 41 minutes. And I tell you, I want to value your time.
But thank you. Look, as usual, I think we did that last time, but it's okay.
We did.
It was
but at least I acknowledged at the time when I had promised, but this time I look up and it's already 41 minutes. But people are commenting, people are sending hearts and loves and thumbs up. We're actually on 8 different platforms. All my Facebook pages, LinkedIn Live and Twitter Live and YouTube. And they're like, we need an hour. So
thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you download, stream, help mama, grandmama and them with Overcomer. Thank you. Miss Ed, was it Edding?
Audra Edding, one of my little sisters.
Yes, but I just thank God for this time. But when I do come to the city and we do stuff, y'all just got to make sure y'all come out, support. We'll really appreciate what everybody do and all the love and support that y'all have given us with the music. And y'all, that's what this album Overcomer is about. I really poured out my heart in talking in all of these songs and conquering. The song Conquer to me is for our women, us being conquerors. So when I get ready to do that video, I just want to have a whole bunch of women, all of us just all together.
Count me in, honey. Count me in. I am so there.
Yes. So y'all please help mama and them again. Like I said, download, stream, pop out them, because we don't know our people from really like 45 and up. A lot of us don't do downloads, but that's how they're doing music now. And I just need everyone to do that for me and with me. And even with the new Christmas song, watch Soul Santa on BET. Check out Tamela Mann collection at tamelamann.com.
Now, see, that's what we got to do. I got to purchase something I'm going to wear the next time you come on the show.
This is what I have. This is one of the dresses I have on today. It's from the collection.
Oh my goodness. I wish you could stand up so I can. I love dresses. That's my favorite thing.
It's like a casual. And I got on tennis shoes. You can't really see me.
Oh my goodness. Girl. How do I go order that dress right there?
You go to tamelamann.com.
Okay. Hey, Monica, can you type in tamelamann.com?
Tamelamann.com. It'll take you to Tamela Mann collection. And I have some new things in that will fit you wonderful. And its size is 12 to 32.
I'm getting ready to rock your dress like crazy. Watch.
Well, it comes in different colors too. So we have some other stuff, different colors. So y'all check it out. I love y'all. Thank you so much for having me, Loretta. This has been a blast. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Now, next time I got to hear that theme song.
Oh, I want her to perform it live on the next show. I'm going to let her come on. And Jacob, my son that sings, he wanted to come on and sing the song. He's at the Kindle Award, my black tie event. You got to come next December. Honey, we have our long gowns on, our formals. The guys had their tux. Tony did this amazing catering. I have to send you some pictures. And I just got to do it.
Oh
And so
wow! We gotta
song,
get it in the books. You gotta get it in the books. So
I got to get it early. I know
yeah,
it, because
so
honey,
we can come and just support, with the whole band and just give you the whole musical experience.
I want it intimate though. I don't want like 50,000 people.
No, but it could be 200 people.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want 200 people where it can be intimate, and you can not only perform, but you can speak in between songs and talk and share, and then sing something else as it comes to you. That's what I'm visualizing. But it's going to happen, darling.
Okay.
These people love you.
Well, thank you. I love you back. Thank y'all so much. God bless y'all. Have a safe Christmas. Y'all still make sure that we washing our hands and staying clean, because this stuff is still crazy out here because everybody's not taking it serious. So I can't tell you to get vaccinated, and I can't tell you not to get vaccinated, but do what you need to do to stay safe.
And to keep people safe that you love. So, that's one question. One more question, Tamela. Tell us exactly how to download, because you, like you said, the 45 and up.
If you
I'm gonna do it while you tell me.
If you have an iPhone, you're gonna go to iTunes. If you have a what's the other one? Samsung. What's the other?
Spotify, Android.
I think that's Google Play. So it's Google Play, but anywhere on your phone that you have download music, but you probably have to ask your grandbaby or your son or daughter to help you, because the young people know how to do it.
They do. Well, I
you'll
use
be able to play it in
iTunes.
your car. You'll be able to play it at the house.
Yep.
So, and two, for those who don't know how, they still making some physical copies. Amazon and Walmart. You can actually get the physical CD from Walmart or Amazon.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I've already downloaded. My son got me this app, this iTunes music that I pay a monthly subscription for. So I have all your stuff. I got Take Me to the King, Overcomer. I go way back with you. I just want everybody else to join me and do it. That's how we support her. That's how we keep her okay, so she can keep making great music, because it soothes our soul, it entertains us, makes us happy.
We're independent. So I need y'all support. We're independent, and I need, every time I ask y'all to vote or something, I need y'all to vote.
We got you. We got you. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you. I can't wait till we talk again. And I'm gonna download that dress. I'm gonna order that dress.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye, everybody. In closing, think positive, dream big dreams, help someone along the way. Merry Christmas to everyone, and good night.
Good night.